everyone, thank you so much for coming today. I was going to start my talk with a joke to get us all comfortable, but I thought, what better way to connect than have Mr. Arlo remind us all of why we're here. Say hi, Arlo. Okay. Sadly, he's not mine, but anyway. So I wanted to talk to you today about how, through all these sleepless nights and through the teething and the constant crying, there's still this unbreakable bond between you and your wee monsters. So I got into thinking, why is this bond so incomprehensibly strong? Well, it's because they're so perfect, so vulnerable, and so dependent that our every instinct is to protect and care for them in every way possible. So in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to tell you a great way that we can do that. But first, I want to tell you a story. A story of a wee boy who was born not 1, but 2 whole months early, whose welcome into this world was anything but comfortable or planned, whose stomach was full after 3 meals of milk. 3. Yeah. This is him then, and this is him now. That life force inside of him didn't give up when he was developmentally disadvantaged, but instead it used the medical help that it had to its advantage and made sure that this little boy was still here today. Amazing, isn't it? There is something inside of us that got each of us from 2 into 37.2 trillion cells all working together as one. That something is our innate intelligence. Our innate intelligence is this inborn intelligence of the body to be able to adapt, repair, heal, regulate and coordinate all functions of our body without us having to learn them or consciously do them. Oh, yes. It is part of our universal intelligence, which is in everything. But instead of like universal being cyclical, innate intelligence is always striving for us to be the best. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you how chiropractic can help you and your baby's innate intelligence to help you function at your absolute best. I'm also going to add in some cute baby photos and puppy photos because they're much cuter than me. But I think this guy is sick of public speaking, so here you go, Ellie. Okay, so one of the most important things that we can protect and care for is their health. Why? Because as Gandhi said, it is health that is the real wealth. And without it, we have nothing. So what does it mean to be healthy? What actually is health? Are they sleeping well? Are they eating well? Do they not have colic? But I want to challenge your beliefs on what health actually is. Is it merely the absence of symptoms on the outside? Or is it more about what's on the inside that counts? Meet Ray. A beautiful golden retriever turned full-blown unicorn after an injury at birth left her with only 1 ear. Over time, that right ear migrated to the top of her head so she could hear sounds from both sides equally as well. Amazing, isn't it? Not only is this an absolute picture of cuteness, but it is an amazing example of how our body knows innately how to adapt and how to help us function at our best. So what happens when this goes wrong? Well, picture this. A middle-aged man who is not in pain, feels fine, becomes seriously ill the next day. If we were to look at him before that, we'd probably say that, yeah, he was healthy. But if we were to look at his inside, good boy, we might find that the traumas, toxins and thoughts going on inside of him meant that he wasn't actually at his best. So what's a trauma? Anything from a crash to a fall, poor posture and to birth. And then toxins, well, they're all around us and within us. From coffee, alcohol to preservatives, pesticides, you get my point, they're everywhere. And then thoughts, well, negative thoughts can have a negative impact on our health. Take Norman Cousins, for example. A man well known to have used laughter as therapy to heal his chronic, uncurable disease. This is the power of the mind in a positive way, but as we all know, this can work in a negative way as well. Which brings me to my original point, the man that felt fine but wasn't fine. Why does feeling fine not equal being fine? Because it's what is on the inside that counts. It's like straws on the camel's back. Over time, our body can, mask these traumas, toxins and thoughts that are having a negative impact so that it doesn't inhibit our ability to function. It's like this continuum. We start from optimal health, right here in the blue, or in the green, and it goes right down to red, where there is symptoms. Or call 911. This shows how health isn't just you're either fine or you're not. It is a continuum, and there is constant stressors that over time will build up and get us down into the red. Or it's like that last straw on the camel's back, which creates symptoms. So what can we do for our bodies to help us to be less loaded down with these straws? Well, the answer is we actually already do our best. The nervous system is so important in healing, and it is so important to life that it is indeed the first system to be developed in the womb, and it doesn't stop developing until our mid-20s. It is how innate intelligence can help us to heal, coordinate and regulate. Our nervous system is made up of our brain, our spinal cord and our nerves. Our brain and body send messages to each other through the spinal cord to help us to then regulate, coordinate and heal. These messages are so vital to our lives that the structures that transmit them are completely encased in bone. The skull protects the brain and the spine protects our spinal cord. This leads to there being an intimate relationship between our spine and our nervous system, because when our spine moves, so does our nervous system. As with all relationships and moving parts, there can be dysfunction. Dysfunction in the spine leads to the body being less able to communicate with each other, less able to heal, coordinate and regulate, and eventually leads us to dis-ease. However, chiropractors are specifically trained in finding these spinal dysfunctions, delivering gentle spinal adjustments so that our nervous system is free of interference and our innate ability to heal, regulate and coordinate is restored, leading us to our optimal health. Yeah, it's pretty great, isn't it, Arlo? So our optimal health is the very best that we can be. Why is this important? Because health equals life. My favourite definition of life is vitality, vigour or energy. If you say that someone is full of life, not only is their heart beating, but they have energy oozing from their pores. What a great way to parent. So the most important question on all of your minds would probably be, is it safe? Well, I'm ecstatic to tell you that chiropractic care is incredibly safe for you and your young children. In fact, there have been no deaths caused by it ever, and no serious adverse events in the paediatric population for almost 20 years. That's a lot comparing it to medicine, which is an amazing resource, but happens to be the 5th leading cause of death in the world. So, just to clarify this, Ellie, can you please tell me if this tomato is ripe?
Yeah.
How much force do you think you used to find that out?
Not very much at all.
Exactly. That is the same amount of force a chiropractor will use on your baby. There is no cracking, it is just specific, gentle and safe. And with what benefits? Well, a study done in the UK on children with colic, they were divided into 3 groups. 2 groups received chiropractic care. One of those 2 groups knew that the parents knew that they were receiving chiropractic care, and the other parents didn't know whether they were or weren't. And then of course there were the controls that got the other interventions that did not include chiropractic care. What they found was that children that received chiropractic care, regardless of whether their parents knew or not, reduced their crying by more than 2 hours per day. That's a lot when the main symptom of colic is endless crying, and there is no medical cure currently known for it. Oopsies. So what other benefits can we have? Well, some case series show improvements in asthma, ADHD, bedwetting, sleeping, behaviour, pregnancy, delivery, and of course breastfeeding. And these changes don't come about because chiropractors fix things. They come about because your baby's nervous system knows how to heal itself. It just sometimes needs to be interference-free in order to be able to do that. Now for my next story, one very close to my heart. This is Sika, the only baby that my partner will let me have until I graduate. And let's just say I treat her as so. We found her in the Uruweras, which is like a hunting spot, full of ticks and never having worn a collar in her life. After checking every house that she could have possibly ran from, my partner now realised his first fact, that we had a 4-month-old puppy. And then, as all parents do, we took her to the vet, where we found out, sadly, our second fact, that she had a grade 4 out of 6 heart murmur and probably wasn't going to make it till her first birthday. As you can imagine, we were absolutely devastated. Our baby that would only know in a few days was going to pass. So I guess, did what any parents would and gave her a 6-month birthday party. And then I also took her to the chiropractor. Yes, not only can your new babies benefit from chiropractic care, but your fur babies as well. I knew that if Sika's nervous system was interference-free, then she had the best possible chance at her body being able to heal and adapt to her condition. Which is why I can't stress enough that your family's nervous systems being interference-free is the best way that you can heal, care for and protect them, and it is one of the safest ways that you can. So why wait until your family is sick to look after their health? But why not let it be the best it absolutely can right throughout life, and trust that it knows better than our conscious brains how to adapt, repair and heal. Give your body the credit it deserves, and let your nervous system help you in the way that no physician ever can. So I want to implore each of you today to be proactive about your family's health. Get them checked by a chiropractor. Get those nervous systems interference-free so your family can be at their optimal potential. Thank you.
Is that right?